the song overall and everything about it is, I think, is becoming iconic.
Howdy, Meowers.
Hello, everybody.
I'm Zewelry.
Oh, why did I not think that you'd be back, Zewelry? Oh my god. So happy to have you here again.
Thank you. Hi, Devin.
And you're back here. Hi. You're back here because we are doing part 2 of the November K-pop comebacks.
Correct. So, last week we did the girl groups and Soojin's solo debut. Today we are doing boy groups and we've got another solo debut to talk about.
How, even and mirroring.
I know, right?
Symmetrical.
Yeah. So, do we have anything else to say before we just jump right in?
I don't think so. Okay, wait. No, I'll say, hey, guys, okay? My favorite groups can't come back all the time, okay?
Oh gosh, okay.
And we need to talk about a lot of stuff. So you can't expect me to be talking about my favorite things constantly. That's just not realistic, okay? So, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's start. We're starting off incredibly strong, okay? NINE.i. Let's go.
Okay. You want to talk about it, Zewelry?
Sure. So, NINE.i released the single Neverland, and they had a music video for that, and they had some promotions for it. They did a couple music show stages and all that. And we can talk a little bit about the crazy music video if you want, because they did release that in this time, although it is a song that was on their release from their last comeback with Turn It Off that we did talk about, in case you're curious.
Okay, but we'll start with Neverland, I guess?
Yeah, we'll start with Neverland. So I'm going to talk about it because, like I said, starting off strong, I love Neverland. I think it's a great release, and I am glad that they gave us another single so soon after their Turn It Off comeback. I thought that was really nice because it had been a long time since, their one before Turn It Off, and to get another release that soon just felt nice. It's right up my aesthetic alley. I love the styling. Yeah, that's right. I love the styling. I think it's really nice. Sure, the jean look, I know, is not the best, but I like the light pastel colors and the tops, and I like the face decorations, and I think the music video is really pretty. I think the choreography is really nice as well. There's a lot of cool elements to it. I think that it's interesting that Vaughn is rapping. I really like his and Jiho's rap part, close to the end, and there's just a lot of parts about it that I really like, and I'm glad that they released it.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I definitely like it more as I listen to it. I also definitely like it more without the visuals.
I can't relate.
It reminds me of something. It reminds me so much of something, but I don't really know what. A lot of songs that we're going to talk about today really remind me of something, but I don't know what.
Okay.
But yeah, I just if I called it out for ZB1 when they had jeans and white blouses, I have to call it out tenfold here because their blouses are even more blousing, and
just the way we like it.
Yeah, I really just don't like those types of shirts ever on anyone, and them being paired with jeans just makes it just so bad to me. So I'm sorry that I can't get behind that like you can, but besides that, I just even though it is got softer vibes to it, I am still, oh yeah, okay, sure.
Okay, well, let me talk about it a little bit more, because like I said, I personally really like it. I think the visuals like enhance it. Like, I like the music video. Like I said, I'm saying all the same things over again because, it's good and I don't really know what else to say about it.
Can I just clarify kind of? Sometimes you say things and I think, yeah, I guess maybe if people are thinking something along those lines, that's not exactly accurate. So like I said I would like it better without the visuals, but the visuals were nice. Like of the music video,
Okay.
It's the styling that I don't like. So like, the scenes, the, environments that they were in, the backgrounds, like all, like the shots, those things were nice. I like the visuals in that aspect. It was the styling, sorry.
Okay. I think that like their hair was nice. Like I liked, like we had some more people with black hair that haven't had black hair in a while. I like Minjun's like his jump, his leap that he does in the choreography. That's really nice. I would like to see more of him dancing, like just in general, really. But he's really good at that like sort of style of dancing, so it was incorporated a little bit into the choreography, which was cool. But I think you probably, this is probably definitely not what it reminds you of because you probably don't even know this song, but it has the vibes of one of their old songs. Like, well, it's not really old because I mean they just debuted last year, but like one of their songs from their first album, Beauty Inside. I get those kind of vibes from Neverland. So that's just a personal opinion. But I think that, it sounds sort of like old in a way. Like, I don't really know what era it sounds like. I'm not talking like it sounds like retro, but like it sounds not like what is like K-pop right now.
Right, like 4th or 5th gen K-pop.
Right.
Okay, I get that.
It is unfortunate, though, that Winnie is still not in there. I thought he would be in it, honestly, but he's not. But also, it's unfortunate that Vaughn was never actually completely healed from his injury, so now they keep, like, they're not, like, music show promoting it anymore. That's over, but they go to these, like, festival concert things, and they perform it, but Vaughn's not there. So it's just like, it's always a bummer when a full group doesn't get to promote as the full group.
Yeah.
But do you want to talk about Like Crazy just a little bit, or?
I mean, I can just, briefly.
Okay.
Like,
did you enjoy it?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Well, it's like almost like I could have, but I really especially don't like when it goes to like the rap part.
I love the rap part.
I hate when sometimes my best way of describing like why or how I don't like something is like then like, so another group is catching strays, like I don't mean to do that, but like I don't know how else to describe it. It just gives me T by T vibes, like
Okay.
like when it goes to the rap part, especially like some of like the T by T songs.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, I know what you're. Yeah,
So I get that vibe from it, and like it's got all of the retro sort of style to it too. So it's like it's like I thought I would like it, but then the more it goes on and stuff, the more I think, yeah, no, this one isn't for me. Not my style. It's like too something, but I don't know what.
Okay. I mean, I will say that, like, the general aesthetic of their performance video is obviously not the aesthetic that I prefer. Like, Neverland is definitely the aesthetic that I like. But I still think that it was cool that they released a performance video for it. And I think that Jiho's, like, rap part. Like Jiho's parts are my favorite parts of that song probably. I thought when it was, when the song was actually released on their Turn It Off album, I was like, yeah, this song is really fun. So they performed it for a while, and so now we got that performance video. So
like for a second I almost thought like, wait, this is hype. But yeah, no, yeah. So, but I prefer, so far, like out of what I've heard from NINE.i, I definitely prefer when they do the rock genre,
like Young Boy.
Like that's my favorite from them so far.
Okay, yeah, Young Boy is just, it's a classic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's it for NINE.i.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to talk about Golden Child.
Wow, I know. Who thought we would be saying that?
Right. So if you are a longtime listener, we talked about Golden Child a little bit before. And let's just say, this comeback that they had is like the Ipdoc into Golden Child for me personally. I know you probably don't care about it at all, really. Sorry to spoil your take. But Golden Child released Feel Me. That's their title track, and they have 2 other songs on like the Feel Me album as a single, whatever you want to call it. So the 2 other songs are Blind Love and Dear, and there is also a little video that they released for Blind Love. But Feel Me is the big the big one here. Okay, so it was their first comeback after a while, actually. And one of their members actually had just gotten back from the military. And yeah. So, do you want me to talk about it first again, or?
Sure, go ahead. This is your moment.
Okay. So Feel Me is actually written, composed, arranged by Sarah, aka Vaughn of NINE.i.
Crazy.
So that's the real reason that I checked this song out. And I saw it and I was like, oh, he's making a song for Golden Child and it's going to be their title track. It's like, that's interesting. I'm going to listen to it when it comes out. And so yeah, I did, and it's super good. I love this song. It sounds like a NINE.i song, so I guess that's why I like it, because I really like NINE.i's music. It reminds me of NCT Without You as well. I don't know if you're familiar with that song, but it just has the rock sort of vibes, like, for instance, NINE.i's Young Boy. And it also sounds a bit like a bit second gen, I'd say, in a way. I really like it, and I think that their stage performances of it were really good. I think that the energy was there, and it was nice to see, it felt like, even though I wasn't a Golden Child stan before, it felt like I was experiencing the comeback after a while with everybody, so I don't know, I just was really enjoying the title track. How did you feel about the title track?
Yeah, I thought the song's pretty good. I definitely do, yeah. I think it sounds like NINE.i, like Young Boy, that sort of vibes. Doesn't have as much of the rock tones maybe in the vocals as NINE.i has, but it's pretty good. My favorite part is the cool part at the end, where it's all like you know it if you know it. And yeah, and no real qualms or anything about the song. And their fashion, the different sort of grungy sweaters and baggy jeans, I liked those stylings. I'm not really a big fan of the music video. I just, in general, the whole hooligan concept is not ever really my fave. like hooligans that are like really in despair, but as long as they're being hooligans together with their friends, like that is helpful to like make their lives better. Like I just it seems I don't vibe with that. But yeah, no, besides that, it's like, yeah, I like it. It's pretty catchy, pretty fun. Got those rock vibes. Yeah.
I do agree with you in the sense that in general, I'm not a fan of the rebellious concept. But I am a fan of stories. And I am a fan of things that seem like K-dramas. So the Feel Me music video is like that. So I do enjoy it. Generally I enjoy it. But yeah, the concept, but anyway, I just, the song though is just so good, I don't know.
It's like Run or I Need You.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's definitely like BTS Run, the music video. And I Need You, yeah. Let me talk about Blind Love, please.
Okay.
I like Blind Love a lot. I like Dear a lot. That's their other song that I said. But Blind Love is the one that had like a special video for it. And it's like outside and fall aesthetic vibes. And they're at the playground. And it's just really fun. I don't know if somebody who is not a Golden Child fan would enjoy that video, but I wasn't a Golden Child fan and I enjoyed it. But yeah, I think the song is really nice. It definitely has drama vibes based on the sound, and it also, I don't know if any listeners out there, any of you Meowers, are familiar with the game A Kingdom for Keflings or A World of Keflings. But this song sounds like the soundtrack to that game. Probably more so A World of Keflings, honestly. And, I love that. I love the vibes of that. It's really great. If you really loved that game, I would listen to Blind Love by Golden Child and you might get the vibes.
I should have listened to it. I didn't see like that they had something for that, so I missed it.
It's just like, it's very simple, but it's like, there's something inviting about it. It's got a sense of like, cozy vibes.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. And now let me talk about Dear, please.
Okay.
Just a little. I think it's a really good song. The first part of it sounds like EXO Lucky.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Is it DEAR or DEER?
It's a DEAR.
Ah, okay.
Do you know EXO Lucky?
Lucky.
Not Lucky One.
Not Lucky One. I don't think I know Lucky as well.
Okay.
Like I feel like I know it like a little bit, but I can't think of it right now. I can only think of Lucky One.
Well, I think it like sounds like that at the first part, and then the chorus, like the beats of the chorus, they sound like a drama OST. So once again, a very drama themed release from Golden Child. Probably really good for them. Probably the reason I like it so much. And so it sounds kind of like the Goblin OST by Chanyeol and Punch. That's again just what I thought of when listening to it. So I think all three songs are really great. I've been listening to them a lot actually. So yeah, this is my Golden Child intro.
Golden Child, kudos for a job well done.
If I had to recommend something other than the songs themselves, I would recommend their performance at the Han River.
Ooh.
They had like a whole concert basically. Like it was over an hour, and there's like a group fan cam of the whole thing. And they do some of their old songs and they do their new songs. and it's like the sun sets while they're performing, and it's just really nice and casual, and I enjoyed it.
That sounds cool.
So yeah. You have anything else to say about Golden Child?
No, I don't know anything else.
This isn't your Golden Child moment?
No.
Okay. Well, let's talk about ZEROBASEONE then.
Okay.
So, we talked a lot about ZEROBASEONE on this podcast. We talked a lot about BOYZ Planet on this podcast. I did a track by track for ZEROBASEONE's first album. I did a track by track for this new album, the Melting Point EP. So that's already out. So if you want to hear my thoughts, they're completely random and just I say whatever I want to about the songs. So if you want to hear that, you can go and listen to the track by track. But the title track is Crush, and so that's what they released the music video for. But they also released a music video for Melting Point, and they're promoting that song as well. What do you think about Crush?
Crush, oh gosh.
Nice.
I basically I have to be careful with my words here. But I basically did not think that it was very well made. I don't know how to what? Okay. It's just like there were some concepts overall in general that seemed like a bit odd or out of place or forced, almost like I'm like, why though? Like with the knight arm and then the knight and then like, but then it's like the futuristic, but it's still knights. And like I get that they're like trying to like tell a story and create something with that, and like everyone's gonna be like, oh, it's like this because of this, but I just visually it seems like not very cohesive to me and awkward. And then also the garbage quality that the video looks like at some points with the CGI, like like literally the horse is lumpy at one part. Did you not realize that the horse is lumpy? It just, I don't know, I didn't enjoy watching it. It just looked I did. So overall, watching the music video, I don't enjoy it because of those reasons visually.
Okay.
Then sort of the song itself auditorially, the whole "you make me so supernatural" line makes no sense to me. And then they say gosh, and it's just silly. I mean, I say gosh, I suppose, but and then like the way that the music and the song sounds at that part, "you make me so supernatural," gosh, I don't like it. I've said multiple times, multiple different songs, I'm being consistent, that when the chorus is like whatever they call that, anti-drop or whatever, you know, when the chorus doesn't pick up, when it like slows down, I'm usually always disappointed. It's just not my style of song that I like very much. It would have to be done very specifically for me to like it, I guess. So I'm not a big fan of that. And then last point would be, I find the song a bit annoying. And what I mean by that is I find it a bit annoying that it still is kind of good, even though I really don't like that part in the middle. Like, I'm annoyed that I still like can hear the other parts of the song and kind of be like, okay, yeah, you know, I can vibe with this. But like, why? Because like I don't really like it very much. Like, that's how it annoys me.
Okay.
But, you know, don't just every ZB1 fan, Zeros, stick around for me to talk about Melting Point. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to talk about Crush. I already talked about it, like I said, but I didn't talk about the music video. I think that the music video is better than In Bloom, for sure, but it's still, yeah, there's almost too much going on, in my opinion. I do generally like the way that it looks, though. Like, I think they were attempting something cooler than they did before. It kind of looks like a video game. Like, it reminds me of the way the La Lisa music video looks, in the way that I think there's just something about the actual graphics that looks interesting. The styling I don't like. I will say that. I don't like it. And I mean, like, the hair and the actual outfits. I like some people's hair. Like, I'm not, like, but there's some looks and some hat selections that I don't care for. But, you know, overall, I think, like, the main, you know, that the music video is a little too dark for me. Like, it's just like, turn the lights on. Like, I like the part with, like, the firework explosion happenings, because it gets because it brightens it and it gets more colored.
I feel like that looks like the biggest 90s computer screensaver mess that I've ever seen.
It looks like the quality, like,
it's so
it doesn't look high quality at that part, which is weird because, like, the whole concept looks like it's supposed to be higher quality. But, like, I like that part, like I said, because it's brighter. But, like, when they're doing the main dance move, like, the first time, and they're in, like, just it reminds me of the place they were in, the In Bloom music video, and the dark scenes. Like, I don't know, I just wish there was some more color to it. Like I talked about in the track by track, I wish they would have gone for an ISTJ by NCT Dream vibe, like, and added some more color. So, yeah, that's, like, my opinion on the music video. I think it's interesting that, like, I don't feel like it's an anti-drop. I feel like it is a drop. Like, kind of.
I don't know the difference.
Kind of. Like, I feel like it's, like, I feel like it builds with the "You Make Me So Supernatural" part, and then it drops.
What's an anti-drop?
It's like, it's like slower and smoother.
I just don't like how it's like, you know, do do da da do da song, and then it's all like do 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 do, and then it goes, everything stops, and it's like, gosh, whoa, like it, like the flow of the song, I feel like it's interrupted.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I feel like it's like a
stumble.
Yeah, it's a stumble. I get what you're saying, but it's just like there's so much going on that it has a different vibe than songs that I would think of being like, oh yeah, that chorus is like, it didn't have like a big drop. But yeah, I already, like I said, I talked about the song, so I'm not gonna talk about it much here. Let's just talk about Melting Point.
Okay, I just want to say one last thing though, because you brought up the In Bloom music video, and it reminded me that I kind of feel the same way about both of those. About, like, my problem with the In Bloom one was the sort of like frozen scenes that were still like jiggling a little bit. And it seemed like, okay, they're trying some sort of concept here, like they're really like going for something, but I feel like it's just like weird or not cohesive, or like, you know, didn't fully like hit the mark. Like, I feel like they did the same thing again. It's like, at least they were trying something, but I'm like, I just don't feel like it was executed like all the way or properly. So yeah, okay. Similarities definitely.
Okay, yeah, but just before actually Melting Point, I'll just say, I guess, in case nobody wants to listen to the track by track, but they think that I like don't like Crush. Like, I like the song actually. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, it is a little bit like you know, NCT 127 style. So I could understand why it might not be someone's taste. And I definitely prefer the like whole beginning part more than the chorus itself. But like overall, I think it's catchy enough, and you know, it's like I like to listen to it. I don't have any real problems with it. Like, I'm not like, yes, this is the best title track ever. But I'm not like, this song is so flawed. I like it. So now Melting Point.
I don't know how much I actually agree with this take that I'm about to claim. But I think maybe I like to watch the Melting Point music video more than a stage performance. And here's why. I've only seen the music video once. I saw a stage performance before I saw the music video. And when I saw the stage performance, I kind of thought, oh, sure, yeah, this is fine. This is a fine song. Like, it's got those softer vibes and stuff. So, like, it's nice, but, not definitely my, super enthused style, whatever. And then I saw the music video and I thought, oh, okay, this, like, it had a lot of interest. Like, it kept my interest to watch it. The visuals and stuff was like, oh, okay, sure, I like this. So maybe it's like I find it a little more interesting than just a stage performance that just has the choreography. But I don't know, maybe that's pointless. But basically, it's got that cute snowy wintertime aesthetic, and I'm here for that. I've always loved sort of like snowboarding, ski aesthetic, when it's done in a really cute way, not like a sporty way. And so I enjoy seeing all of the different pieces that they wear. And I really just think it's great for wintertime. You don't see very many super winter themed songs and performances specifically, I feel like. So I enjoy that there's like a lot of different stages where they're wearing winter outfits, and if it's wintertime, you're not like, oh, I have to go straight for that one random special Christmas performance that somebody did. Now we've got like some more stuff. It also really, really, really reminds me of something, but I don't know what. That's
Are you
about
sure
it.
it's not just Miss A?
Oh, well, it definitely does remind me. I said when I heard it like the second time or something, I was like, this sounds like a old girl group song. So it might just be that, but I feel like the other part of the song is reminding me of something. Like the part before it gets to the girl group part.
Okay.
So I don't know. But I like this song much better than Crush, personally, which is weird because it's like the opposite aesthetic of what you would think I would like. So yeah, what did you think of Melting Point?
Okay. Well, like I already said, I talked about the song in the track by track. However, it didn't have like the music video at that point, so I get to talk about that. And they've done more stage performances of it now, and I've listened to it a lot more. And by a lot more, I really mean a lot more, because Melting Point is my bestie. I really have been enjoying Melting Point a lot. Like, I really like the song. I love the second gen girl group vibes it has. I love the winter aesthetic. I love the sweaters and the snow hats on the stage performances, and the gloves. Like, Ricky has gloves in one of the stages. I'm sure other people have gloves too, but I really liked Ricky's gloves. They were really noticeable at one point in the choreography. I just, the stage performances are really fun. There's a lot of points in the choreography where they like interact, or where they're dancing facing each other, and we all know at this point that's something that I really enjoy. There are a lot of points in the choreography as well that if I were to make choreography to this song, I would be doing the exact moves that they're doing. So I think generally the choreography is pretty good. There are parts though that I think I would have a different idea for. But anyway, the music video though. Okay, here's the thing. I was surprised to hear your thoughts on that, because I've only seen it like once or twice, okay? But Unfortunately, I am really not vibing with the Melting Point music video, like at all. Like I watched it and I was like, that's not what I would have done for this song. Like I would much rather watch the stage performances than the music video.
Well, I do feel like they could have done something more like fun, like it could have been more like out on the slopes having a fun time, right? But like it was what I would expect from ZB1 in terms of like visual, like, like show everyone's faces over and over again. Like I'm already expecting that from like a Boys Planet type group. So I know maybe is a little bit of like has some slower shots, it's not like whoa, but it's like I guess I expected that aspect.
Honestly, I don't even remember it. I just know that it's not what I would have done. I thought the aesthetic was the complete opposite of what they were delivering in the stages that I've been enjoying so much. And so I wanted the music video to look softer, but it didn't. So yeah, I don't like the music video really, but maybe I just don't remember it, and maybe when I watched it for the first time, I don't know. But I really love Melting Point. I literally have listened to it like just constantly. I love that song. It's really good.
Well, that's good. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
The other songs on the album, did you get a chance to listen to those?
I haven't yet.
Okay, well, I've listened to it a lot more. Just, I think the tracks are really good. And yeah, I think, like, I've definitely had this album playing a lot. And it is really short. So it's, it's easy to listen to.
They literally just had an album not that long ago, so.
Yeah. Overall, though, you did say it's like fresh to see the winter theme and not have it be like specifically Christmas.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree. It's nice that they've given us something like just for winter.
Yeah. And it's like a fully promoted thing. It's not like a one special stage.
Yeah.
Shall we move on?
Yes, let's talk about ENHYPEN.
Okay.
ENHYPEN came back with Sweet Venom, the title track and the music video and the promotions, and the Orange Bloom EP.
Did you want to talk about this first, or?
No, I was just going to ask you what your thoughts were.
Okay.
I mean, you were like such a huge fan of Bite Me, so I feel like you should do the honors of sharing your thoughts on Sweet Venom first.
If you have been a Meower for any time now, you've heard, yes, I really like Bite Me. I also like Drunk Dazed. But, that's where ENHYPEN's luck has run out with me, apparently, because this song, Sweet Venom, pardon my words here, but it's like a Band-Aid, okay? I'm just going to rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Okay.
It's a cop-out, okay? Cop-out, Michael Jackson-esque, retro hype, just waste. And it's almost like if this was the first iteration of the retro overdone, it just seems so much like forced globalness from Hybe once again with the retro. And yeah, if it was the first time I was ever seeing that from Hybe and or from K-pop, I might be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. It's got like a vibe to it, because it's actually not that bad of a song. I could listen to the song, and the dance, it's like, it's fine. I don't really like the styling for it. Like I said, the styling is sort of like Michael Jackson Sparkle Socks retro vibe, which is okay, but like it's not really anything special, I don't think. But yeah, the song's actually not that bad, but I just think that the music video especially is such a cop-out with the weird like frozen scenes that like it literally loops and does the exact same shot a second time, but there's like different people standing in the spots. And maybe that has some really cool symbolism to it, but I wasn't here for that, anything that deep with this video, you know. So I preferred their Baby Shark performance on the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, and also I saw a stage performance where they were in denim, and someone had a denim cowboy hat on, and it was like, okay, yeah, it really is that bad.
Okay. Well, should I talk about it now?
Yes. But if what are the NHYPEN fans called?
NGenes.
NGenes, stick around if you want to hear me talk very briefly about their other song that they performed on a stage. It will be better than that.
Okay. So I when I heard Sweet Venom the first time, I heard it by watching the music video, and that was probably my first mistake. Like that's probably where it went wrong, because I thought the same thing as you. I was like, here we go again. How many times is Hybe going to do this concept? It's so stale at this point, and I'm not holding back because frankly I'm extremely tired of it.
Exactly, yes. Band-Aid.
So yeah, that's the harsh part. The song itself, I actually really honestly don't have a problem with it.
Exactly.
Like it keeps coming on shuffle when I'm listening to music, and like it will just start to play and I'm like, what is this? But then it like starts and it gets into it a little more and I'm like, oh yeah, it's ENHYPEN's new song. And I'm like, this isn't bad. Like it's not like my favorite, but it sounds like if it came on the radio, I wouldn't skip it.
Yeah, it's a good radio song.
Yeah. So really nothing wrong with the song. It's really short though, but so many releases these days are like under 3 minutes type of short.
Cop out.
But like I'm telling you, when I first heard it and saw the music video, I was just like, you know, they didn't need this. Like I want it was, you know, it compared to Bite Me, compared to Drunk Dazed, compared to even their debut, I'm like, no, like it just didn't, it seemed so out of place to me. And yeah, the actual aesthetics of the music video I've seen a billion times from Hybe, and even like SM at this point, they're jumping on that bandwagon, and so nothing new. And you know, it's not my preferred style in any way, shape, or form, so there's that. The choreography and the styling I don't care for, but at the same time I haven't checked out really any stages except the first one, or like whatever one you said with the denim cowboy hat, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is exactly not my style. But yeah, the song itself really doesn't bother me.
Yeah, and I was hearing some hints of the vocal tones and stuff that I like in Bite Me, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, I do like those vocal tones, but the overall aesthetics is really what kills it. But just listen to this song on its own if you don't like all of that. But a lot of people do really like that, so yeah, it's fine, I guess, for them.
I will say though, Sweet Venom, it's like, sure, it's kind of the only part of the actual song that I can remember, just thinking about it real quick. But like, I feel like it was a bad title. Like, it's too forgettable, in my opinion, and it's a bad call when Blackpink had Pink Venom not that long ago. Like, it wasn't one of their first releases, so my mind just goes to that, and I can't think of how ENHYPEN Sweet Venom sounds, because frankly I forget that it's called Sweet Venom, even though, like I said, that's the only part of the song that I can remember off the top of my head.
I just felt like it was their way of desperately trying to get it to seem like Bite Me. Yeah. Like, they're like, it's the same. It's a similar vibe. You know, it's Sweet Venom, but it's like totally not at all.
It's literally not the same vibe at all. So yeah, why don't you talk about the other song that they performed though?
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
I frankly don't remember what it's called either.
But I almost wrote down what it was called too, but I didn't. Um it's just it's a little slower of a song. I don't really have like, you know, uh, any strong feelings about the song itself. I really did much prefer the styling that they had. It just seemed more like classic, a little more like intricate, detailed styling, like less like, you know, clothing vibes, more like a costume sort of, but not really. So I like the styling better, and then the song was just, yeah, like I don't have any strong feelings about it. But what I did like about this stage was maybe if this
is it called Still Monster?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. It's definitely something close to that. Yeah, Still Monster, I think. I just like, maybe this is a normal thing to have thought, or maybe this is a rare thing to have thought. I've got no clue, but it's what I thought. I actually liked / appreciated the amount of dancing and choreography that there was for this song, even though, like I said, it seemed like it was a little bit like slower or like lower key, but like the dancing seemed kind of like there was a lot. And I just like, I like that aspect about it.
Okay.
That's all. Like, a lot of the times, if there's a slower song, you know, there's slower dancing or less dancing. Or if they didn't match up the two, it might seem weird.
Mm-hmm.
But, and maybe it does already match, and I'm not, like, I wouldn't be able to think that it doesn't match because it does. I don't know, but I just thought I like that aspect of it.
Okay. I probably should mention that I'm not like an ENHYPEN stan. Like I'm not a person who generally like is watching ENHYPEN stages anyway. So I don't think that I watched any Still Monster performances, even though I did see that they did it. I might have like clicked on it, but then I was like, I can't do this right now, because honestly I was just exhausted after watching a performance of Sweet Venom, and I was just like, I found it like, you know, I'm like, I just didn't have the energy. But I'll watch it at some point. But I did listen to their album because I knew that I liked the Dark Blood. Is that what the one Bite Me is on is called?
Yeah, I think so.
I liked that album. I thought they had some good songs, and I like a lot of their other songs as well. It's just I don't like always watch their content, and I barely watch their stages, like I said. But I thought that the song Mortal on their album is cool. It's like Fate, which was on their last album, and those are the types of songs that I said are like NCT 127's Interlude song, and LE SSERAFIM has a couple songs that are like that. So I thought that was a cool track.
Maybe I should listen to some more of their music, but something I just realized, I was going to comment on their interesting song titles, because they seem to all like have this sort of darker vibe to them.
Yeah.
But it reminded me about how back in the day, they had a whole bunch of song titles that were hyphenated.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Now they're like, okay, we can finally release Mortal. Like, now that we're not doing the hyphenated thing anymore, we can have songs that just have one word, right?
Yeah. So overall, you know, the songs for me, I'm like, sure, why not? If they come on shuffle, you know, I'm gonna listen to it and I'll be like, yeah, okay. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to check these like performances or anything out. And like you said, maybe if it wasn't like the 80th iteration of this concept, I would have been enjoying like the video more. But I'm so over that aesthetic at this point.
Yeah. Like if I were to rank this out of the other times that this aesthetic has been done
Mm-hmm.
and concept, like it would probably be higher up than a lot
Yeah.
of the other ones. But because it's like, yeah, the millionth,
Yeah.
it's just like immediately like, okay, no, like pass, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. I definitely do think Sweet Venom is better than Pass the Mic and Paradox Invasion.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's it.
Okay, so is it time for us to move on to our last boy group?
Yes.
Okay, and that would be the boys.
Yes, the boys with a Z.
You know, I actually just thought of that when I was searching them up yesterday. I was like, it's the boys with a Z, right? Like, of course it is. And it was. And I was like, yeah, the boys with a Z.
Mm-hmm. So the boys had Watch It, and that's the title track. They had the Fantasy Part 2 Sixth Sense album because they had in the summertime the, lip gloss fantasy part 1. And so now they're here with part 2. And so, do you want me to say my opinions, or would you like to go ahead and talk about Watch It?
I suppose I can start us off. So, Watch It. They've brought back the heist concept. I mean, I believe that's what was happening.
Yeah.
They brought back the heist concept, and I was here for that. I was like, ooh, okay. The Stealer concept is back, and I like that song. So, that was nice. And at first, I wasn't too sure about the song, the chorus transition once again. I was like, okay, is it dropping down too much? Is it leaving me hanging here? But we'll get back to that later. Let me say a few other things. Oh, well, the Hey Oh My God part is pretty catchy. I like that part. It's pretty good. Also the styling and aesthetics. So like there's a lot of short hair happening, and I'm here for it. I think a lot of people's short haircuts were looking pretty fire. Also, Jacob at the end with the high note. What? Is that normal?
It's not abnormal,
Like
but it's not like, oh, expected every time.
I was kind of like, huh? Jacob? What? So that was cool. Yeah, I mean, was there maybe like a questionable moment of styling or something here and there? Maybe. I didn't really nothing sticks out in my mind right now that I had a big problem with, but the boys is known to sometimes have like some looks that I'm like, ooh, that looks really good, and then some other looks where I'm like, whoa, but why'd that person wear that? That's all just seems very typical to me from the boys, as well as like the almost cheesiness that I get sometimes, but it also is a bit iconic. So that's where I'm going with this whole thread of speech here, I suppose. Thread. Is that, yeah, even though upon first sort of listen, I was thinking, oh, there goes the chorus again, it's like not what I was expecting. Like it's a little bit like of a drop. The song overall and everything about it I think is becoming iconic. Like the more I'm hearing it and seeing it, the more I'm like, okay, yes, like it's the boys and it's iconic once again.
Okay, true. I Watch It in each of its forms that I've seen it or heard it.
Watched it.
Yeah. Right when I saw the music video, I was really feeling it. I was really getting into it. I was like, yes, this is it. Here we go. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I really liked the Watch It music video. And I think that it is a catchy song. And I think, like you said, it's pretty iconic. I think there's a lot of memorable parts and standout lines. The lines that I take, some issue with, but are like, or the line. I take issue with the hi, hello line. However, it's always stuck in my head. I actually really like that line. I don't like how it ends, like, hi, hello, my name is what you want it to. That's it. That's the end of that part. And then they like move right along. I just wish they said B at the end.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying about like there's a spot for it, you know? And then also, not only do like so many people know English so much better nowadays, right? But like they literally have 3 very, very, very clearly English speaking members in their group. Like no one could have just said, guys, this is really bothersome. Like they don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. But I do like how they're like making that part into, like, they keep doing TikToks and stuff with that moment. So yeah, it's like they recognize that that's an iconic line. And you know, like, why say hi nowadays when you can say hi, hello, like, you know. And the choreography with that part as well, I really like. It's really iconic. I also am a huge fan of the Q Juyeon dance moment that they have at the beginning. I'm always ready for that to happen. It rarely ever happens. And so there are some choreography points, though, while I'm on the topic, that I do not like, and you already know I'm a fan of the moves that you're never a fan of, like the slides and the lifts and the flowers, the swings, all that fun sort of stuff. I'm usually here for that. However, there's a slide move where Chanhee goes down the backs of the backup dancers, which is a whole nother thing. And I think it looks like he gets stuck. I think it doesn't flow. And I don't know why it's in the choreography, to be honest. I don't know what it has to do with the song, but maybe I'm missing something, but I just don't think it fits.
Yeah, like it almost feels like they thought, oh, we have to have something like more of like a body made choreography piece, because like we do that so often, so we just have to. But it's like you didn't have to. You already had a lot of iconic other choreography moments anyway.
Yeah, like they did that, like they did the jumps and like the knee slides in the Steeler choreography, and so I feel like they're trying to bring it back to that, but I feel like they're going too far by like trying to add it where it doesn't fit, in my opinion. So overall, I'm gonna say that I actually don't like the choreography. Really, the only parts that I like are the hi hello part and the Q Juyeon part. But I just don't like it. But I also don't like how they have backup dancers. I think backup dancers can work sometimes, but I think it really is only like, you know, usually if the group is large and they have backup dancers, it's like a 17 super or a BTS on sort of situation, like
grand performance.
Yeah, it's a grand big sound of song and stuff and a big performance. But the boys have so many members already, and to be bringing out so many backup dancers, just I think it looks too crowded.
Muddles it.
Yeah. So I'm like, I guess if they're trying to do like a shadowy sort of effect, I understand what they wanted to include them for, but I think it's too much. So I'm sorry that I'm not a fan of the choreography. I am a fan of the styling, though. I think it's been pretty good so far. There's only been like 3 stages, I think. But I didn't expect them to do yellow. I thought that was interesting. They've got some like pretty good pieces going on, some standout looks. I think New's outfits are pretty good this time around. Sometimes they give him the experimental hats, which I don't like, but I think they're doing pretty good. So the styling is doing good for me, and like I said, I liked the music video. The cat, obviously, we gotta shout out the cat that Juyeon holds, and I love how they made that the thumbnail. Yeah. So overall, I am enjoying it so far. They kind of just started the promo, so there's not much to talk about as far as that goes. As far as their actual album, I generally, everybody should know by now, right? Meowers, you should know by now. I like lighter songs. I like happy, fun time songs, and I like soft, pretty, beautiful songs. Generally speaking, like that's if somebody like made me pick, I'd be like those. But there obviously are the exceptions where I'm like, well, this is a concept that I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's my favorite, but I still really like the song. I really like whatever about it. So this album, I've been trying, like I've listened to it. I wanted to give it like, you know, a decent amount of listens to see like if the other songs would stand out in any sort of way. And honestly, they have yet to be like, I can't find one that I'm really even remembering as like, oh yeah, this has like a really cool part, or like this one sounds like one of their old songs that I really like. Like I like Text Me Back, LOU, Only One, those sort of sounds. Even Kiss Me If You Can, which is a Japanese like release. I like those sort of sounds from the BOYZ. I think they did those really well. And of course like Bloom Bloom, Nowhere, all of those ones I really like. Clover, Butterfly, just, you know, all those songs. I'm sorry. They have a lot of really good ones. So I'm not like, I don't not like the BOYZ music. It's just like the same went for the songs on the Steeler album. Like I just thought the B-sides were kind of like pass, honestly. Like not pass. I'm listening to them, but they're not, they don't stand out.
I wonder what I would think. I should have listened to them. Because, like, I like The Stealer. I like Breaking Dawn. Like, those are the ones that I like from the BOYZ.
Yeah, I like The Stealer and I like Breaking Dawn, but, like, I don't have any problems with those songs. Like, but I'm talking about, like, the other songs. Like, if we look at the Stealer album, I don't remember what the album is actually called, but, like, Make or Break, that was such, like, a pass song to me. Insanity's pretty cool, but it's not my preferred vibe. But like Whiplash was more like, you know, the lighter fun sort of sound, so I like that. But this album, they're not bad, but like, yeah, I don't know, they have a unit song, like they had Passion Fruit on their summer album, which I really liked those songs because those were, you know, when we talked about that comeback, I was like, I think this album is my favorite, the BOYZ summer themed album so far, because I thought all the B-sides were really good. So Rat in the Trap is the name of the unit song. So it's the people that weren't in Passion Fruit, they're doing this song. But they also have the Honey song, which is a rap unit song. So it's Sunu and Eric.
Oh.
And that, I just want to say, it sounds like Light Some Honey or Spice. When they say honey in that song, they say it in such a similar way for the BOYZ song, and I'm like, they came out too soon. I can't not think of Light Some. Yeah, so people are gonna think that I really don't like the other songs. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just like, they just don't stand out. I can't think of another word, but yeah.
Everyone listen to what she's saying and understand it.
Yeah.
Don't act like she's saying something worse than she is. She doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
Zewelry doesn't deserve that.
I really like Watch It though, like I said. And I also, about like the actual song, I like the part, you know, at the end and how it like fades out, but then it comes back in slowly and it's like it starts again and it goes to the chorus one last time.
I don't think I remember that part, but that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So you got anything else to say about the BOYZ?
No.
Okay. Let's move on then to our last, comeback. It's not a comeback, it's a debut, but it's sort of a comeback. Our last
thing to talk
thing
about
to talk
for the
about
day.
for the day. And that would be a solo debut, Rocky. I'm going to talk about Rocky first.
Okay.
So, let's see. I'm going to start and say that Rocky started his own company, One Fine Day Entertainment. And good for you, Rocky. You know, we need more companies that are hopefully going to be, you know, not corrupt. We can't guarantee anything, but hopefully it's gonna be One Fine Day Entertainment and, you know, have a nice reputation.
Yeah, and if anything, it helps to stop the sort of like monopoly situation, and or like it gives companies less of a hold and less of an ability to be bad, because they can think and know at any point someone could just leave and start their own company. Like that is a thing that gets done nowadays, you know? So it's like, well, I probably should try a little bit better to keep my people, because who knows if that could happen.
So he opened his own company. Good for you, Rocky. He had the title track Lucky Rocky, and there's a music video for that, and he performed it once so far besides like the showcase. And he has his Rockiest, I don't know if that's how you say it, album, but that's how I say it. I almost thought at first it was Rocky Street, but it's all one word. So Rockiest, and he has a performance that he did at the showcase of the song Chameleon as well. So yeah, I like it. I think that it's exactly what I would have expected from Rocky. And I think that I'm very glad. I am very glad. I don't think that I'm very glad. I'm glad that he's getting to show his dancing, because you might not be aware, but I am a strong proponent, is that the word I'm looking for, of Rocky's dancing. Like, I always wanted his dancing to be showcased more. I wanted him to get recognition for his dancing talent and his skills. I think he is probably one of the top dancers in K-pop. I'm gonna say that. Like, I don't even care. He probably is. But when do people ever talk about Rocky when they're talking about iconic K-pop dancers, skilled K-pop dancers? Yeah, they don't, which is unfortunate. But, you know, he said, I'm gonna have a solo and it's going to be dance. It's gonna be about how I love to dance and I love to sing, and, you know, go for it. So that's what I think. I just think it's exactly what I would have expected. It's good, it's fun, it's clearly Rocky. He made that very clear. And yeah. What do you think about Lucky Rocky?
Yes, so true. Everything that you said. First of all, I didn't even know that his company was called One Fine Day, but love the vibes that he's been putting out there. Like, everything is so positive. You know, like, I'll just make a company One Fine Day, you know? Mm-hmm. My song, Lucky Rocky, you know, that's him. He's lucky, right? Like, everything is so positive, and I'm loving that. And I love the way that he started the song. Let me introduce myself. I love dancing. I was like, wow, you really went there. And like, of course. I feel like it's perfect. I love it. I love the energy. And I just thought, when I was watching it, I just thought, wow, like, he really is a great dancer, isn't he? And I feel like some people might think that that's a little bit unfair for me to be saying or thinking, if they maybe have heard me talking about dance other times, because a lot of the times certain types of dances, it doesn't seem like I value them as much. And Rocky, I realized the reason that I I was like, is he really just that much better than most people that I watch? Because I thought it without even trying to think it. I just thought, wow, he's a really good dancer. But I think it's partly because a lot of the dance that he's showcasing, especially in this, is more like traditional forms of dance or like older dance styles versus like more like freeform or hip hop or lyrical. Like there's a lot of like old timey dance sort of dance moves and stuff, I guess. So I could recognize it easier or something. I don't know, but I really liked it. My one qualm, I'm never a fan of fake tap dancing. And while it does look very much like he's doing the real tap dancing moves at that part of the song, I also recognize that he's not wearing tap shoes. That is tap sounds in the music, and that bothers me. So, but besides that, and like I know he can tap dance as well. So I just like, if you want to have a tap part, just, I don't know, maybe actually have tap shoes. That would be kind of weird if you have tap shoes on the whole time, but like it would be really cool and iconic. So
it still is really cool though, like to have like just in your song like those elements. Like it's different.
It's definitely very different. Like I've never really seen it before. I don't think I've only seen it in like if someone were like on a dance show and they're doing like a special thing. But I think he actually legitimately is a very good dancer, just like he's saying that he is, and he clearly loves dance and he's having a good time showing everybody else dance.
Which is exactly, you know, what everybody needs to, like, I've been telling everybody they need to recognize that. And so, you know, he's showing what he needs to be showing everybody, to be like, hey, look, this is me, Rocky. So he did a really nice job conveying that. And so the chameleon performance that he did for the showcase, I enjoyed that as well. It was a bit of a different style. I like how he is making a lot of like, or he's like showcasing, I guess, a lot from his backup dancers. Like he's, you know, giving them a moment. I saw his like story, or maybe it was like a reel or something, and he was doing his song, but like the backup dancers were there and they got like a moment, and I just thought that was nice. It's kind of like Kong Daniel, you know, he has his own company and he's like dance focused as well, and he gives the backup dancers a lot of recognition. It's like, you know, it's like, you know, that it's something they're really passionate about, and it's like nice to see that they're like, you know, showcasing the other people that enjoy what they enjoy. So yeah, I liked the chameleon performance, and I also liked the other songs on his album. We heard one of the songs, he played it a little bit at some point in like a live that he did, and so it was actually included on the album. I honestly didn't know it, like if it would actually make it to the album or not, but it did, so that was nice. But I'd say out of all the songs, Find Me is my favorite.
Is it
That's the last
slower?
song. It's slower. It's like definitely a completely different vibe than Lucky Rocky. It's not slow, like it's not a ballad, but it's like I don't know, I just really like it. Yeah, so that's the last song on the album, and it's kind of like he's got a little bit of like sprinkling of different styles in each of the songs, and he made a lot of the songs himself too. I don't know if he worked, I think there's like 5 or 6 tracks. I think there's 6. And so I think he was involved in some way in each of them. So that's nice too.
Yeah, that's nice. And I like how, I know I'm circling completely back around to the beginning, but I like how his company name isn't just something with his name.
Yeah. So I guess that's it. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about anything?
I think it's nice that we ended on a positive note.
Yeah. I think that November had a lot of releases that I am going to be going back to. You know, we talked about in our Forgotten Favorites episode, it's like, are these releases that are happening ones that I'm only loving in the moment? I think, like, if we consider the girl groups as well, that we, once again, in case you missed last episode, we talked about the girl groups in part 1 of the November K-pop comebacks. So between the girl groups and the boy groups, I think there are releases that I'm going to be, like, enjoying beyond just, you know, being what's new right now. Probably, I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah. So, if you enjoyed this episode, you can like the video on YouTube and subscribe to the BlushCat channel and turn on notifications. And if you're listening on Spotify but you haven't followed BlushCat, you can go ahead and do that. Follow our actual Spotify profile and, like, you know, follow the podcast itself. And you can leave a comment and tell us which November K-pop comeback from the boys you enjoyed the most. And no, I'm not talking about the boys with a Z. I'm talking about the boy groups and Rocky.
Yeah, until December.
Ooh, wow, that's so ominous.
Well, I mean, you could come back next week to hear us not talk about comebacks, but if you comebacks, we'll talk about again the end of December.
Yeah. Are there any on the horizon?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
There's
got to
be something.
What if there's nothing to talk about?
We'll have to make up something.
If you want to check out the BlushCat, our new playlist, we've got the Christmas K-pop playlist for you. So you can go ahead and listen to actual holiday themed songs, but I also included, like, the snow songs. I threw them in with the holiday songs, so you can listen to that playlist. Do you have a favorite or, like, standout out of the songs that we talked about today?
Probably in terms of classic listenability, I think actually Feel Me.
Wow.
Yeah, but in terms of vibes and iconicness, Watch It.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, don't forget, Meowers, to share your favorites in the comments, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for listening. This has been Zewelry
And me. Bye.
Meow 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 meow.